Hi and welcome to Nerdy Gamers. The game today we're going to be playing is Dungeons of Dredmor. You have to name the expansion pack. Okay, let's get started then. Now, where we'd left off, I believe we're getting close to leveling. And we kind of got a long way through this level. So, it shouldn't be too much longer and we'll actually start seeing some new powers and the like. Yes, there we go. Kind of got through and we're about halfway through the level. Food supplies, not too bad. We've got a load of stuff on us, so we're kind of doing okay at the moment. And that was it. We just completed the zoo, so we're kind of at a half decent stage. Let's just see where we are. These creatures aren't doing anything to us. Oh, one tiny point of toxic damage. I do have to watch it a little bit because I do have lack of some defences. Right, okay, and we got an amulet. We got one of the Krong places. Iron Cuirass. Now I know we haven't tried to improve that because I don't know what else we could actually get hold of. Most of the rest of these were kind of good. Yes, we got the thieving gloves. So let's go exploring. Well, we've got no choice. We kind of have to go exploring this way. Now, one of the things I have been doing just recently, I've been exploring about the possibility of being able to do live streaming. Now, I have had a look, and XSplit looks like it's the most widely popular, but up until recently it had basically been free, and now it's out of the beta stage and now it costs money. Now, not having used it before and not knowing its quality, I haven't actually jumped on and immediately decided, hey, go take a huge pile of my money. So I'm still actually looking to see if there's anything else that might be suitable for the task, but in the meantime I'm just going to be possibly popping on now and again to do some live streaming with some tests of various pieces of software that I found and just kind of go from there. I mean, as it turns out, I might get it, but obviously I'm going to try and explore some free options. I mean, I did pay for fraps, but that was a one-off fee. I'm kind of less amused about having to pay what could potentially be a half-decent sum of money every single month for just something which I might not even actually get around to actually using. So it's one of the reasons why I don't really play MMOs that much, is because it's a case of, do I really want to fork out a lot of money every single month for something which I potentially just won't even use? And generally the answer is no. No, I won't. So yes, I'm currently doing investigations and we'll see how that turns out. Oh, and swap over to number 2. But a clockwork thrashing, that always does good there. Just go smite the enemies. Now, this kind of looks familiar. Oh yes, we kind of been a bit around here. That'll explain why the vase is broken over there. Oops, that wasn't that good. Is he going to come over here? No. And what we got? Oh, the attacks are causing no damage. So I think it shouldn't be too much longer. We'll actually go get ourselves up another level. Yes, I think it's going to be very, very soon. I've only got about another 200 XP to go, and then I'm going to be there. Whoops. Accidentally pressed space 1 too many times, and so he managed to get away. Oh, that wasn't quite enough. I think it's just like pretty much any kill, any trap now. That should get me up a level. Can I actually get hold of that wine? No, the monolith is kind of sitting. Oh, there we go. And picking that lock, managed to do it. Now, I think traps we're okay on for the moment. Quake could be really useful. I think we'll go in for Quake. let's go get Quake. It does allow me to complete that entire tree, and what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this power. Well, it's about time that we upgraded. Ooh, I've never seen one of these. Alchemical Inspiration Potion. I've kind of seen the blueprints for it, so in theory like could make it, but that's about it. Okay, let's find out what Quake does. You must be next to your target to use this ability. Whoa! I'm not. Oh, that was a triple clockwork threshing, and that caused a lot of damage in the area. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yes, could be an incredibly useful power. But as you can see, it's now going to be 89 turns before we can use it again. And by 89 turns, I meant about 80 turns. Interesting. That looks like it could be an incredibly useful power. We'll do some more experimentation with that. Can we get around over to there? I wonder if we can teleport through there. So what we're going to do is we're going to try that. And just go kind of get up to here, and I think, can we do... No, we can't do it through there. No, we can't teleport there either. That's interesting. So we've got no real way of accessing that. Funny thing is, you can actually use the powers on. Yes, you can use. They are a bit resistant there. Did get him eventually. Ah, that's. Yes, I think we're actually looking at traps. Oh well, never mind. I can always just swap over to this and use some traps. It doesn't reduces my voltaic resistance a little bit, which quite frankly really doesn't matter at the moment. Got so much of the darn stuff that even with it off, still got plenty of resistance. So yeah, it's going to be looking at Hyperboron. What kind of damage did it? I didn't quite see how much damage it did. Now where are we going? We're all the way up there. We've kind of explored this entire area. So, yeah, this is kind of where I was wanting to go. What we got? We've got one of those coming. These creatures kind of handle themselves because they kind of, even if they do hit you, they then just vanish. So we kind of got to deal with that creature. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking to do the live streaming now. I think that's kind of the next step on where I want to go with this. Now the thing is, I do like recording a lot of stuff because I can spend a bit more time over it and think about what I'm going to do. But there are times I just want to go out and play a game without really thinking about it. So of course live streaming is going to be brilliant for that. So I can just pick a game and go, right, today I feel like playing so-and-so, and then I'll have it all done. Ooh, got some of the mushrooms coming up. I mean, we're kind of doing okay on health. We're staying stable, and we're now getting enough powers that we usually have at least one power at any one time that we can use. As long as we don't get too many creatures all at once. There you go, that's it. That's pretty stable. Oh, bolts of mass destruction. I have not seen those in quite a few games actually. One of the nice things, if you do take the thieving, you can actually get access to them, I think usually a lot more often, because you'll typically go find a place where they're being in one of the vending machines. How many did we get? 600 XP, that's pretty good actually. you can find them in the vending machines. Yeah, it's something like a 1 in 12 chance if they're in there of actually stealing them. So it's actually quite good odds. Ooh, armored mages. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's our new armor. And we're going to try and enchant that, and hopefully it'll turn out good. If not, we still got the iron cuirass we can go back to. But that just does everything the iron cuirass does, and then better. Haven't seen many uber chests really either. Listen, there's just a few bits and pieces. I don't know if it's the expansion of the new stuff. Problem is you don't always find uber chests. So it's quite hard to know if you're actually, if it's because you're missing something or right. Go whack a load of them, and then just start pummeling in. And what we're going to do is we're going to teleport over to there, because then that's going to whack a load more of them. Because quite frankly, we've got enough health, and they're not going to need the rapid escape. Not against this lot. Since the vast majority of them can't even really hurt us. See, the carrots, I think the batties can kind of cause some damage, and that's like 1 piercing or something like that. No, that didn't even cause anything. But yes, we got full inventory. So, no. Parachute pants. No, can we actually pick up any of this? Parachute pants, lots of dodge, but that's about it. Okay, now we've got lots of cheese graters, so what we're going to do is we're going to grate down this cheese. Well, grate it down to cheese, so they say. Because we don't really need all of this. And yes, admittedly we don't have Diggle eggs, but we'll get rid of that. That's just kind of not needed. And then see, that frees up an awful lot of space for us just by doing that. It's one of the reasons why I like grating the cheeses down, if nothing else. Oh, and we've got another place. A couple of shrines, that's good. Right, let us hope for the best. Armored Mage's Robe. Please. Oh. Put that on and we get 2 blasting damage. So not only do we have now great armor, 3 piercing, we got now a total of 8 piercing resistance. We got, yeah, that's now incredibly good. Have we got anything else? Rubber pants. Probably the Sabatons. It's worth having a go at those. I don't have anything to replace them with, mind you. So if it goes wrong, we're probably going to have to put up with it. But let's go. We've now got 12 armor. So the really heavy defensive routine is actually working out incredibly well. And hopefully we'll be able to maintain this for some time. And we are on level 6 and it's going well. Unfortunately I don't have any more toxic resistance, or else that would have been quite good. Now if I whack that up, so you don't get any toxic resistance, it's only a few turns, but it'll just hopefully achieve absolutely nothing. I think getting slightly increased block chance, yeah, it takes up to like 50%. Oh my, oh that was awful. I missed. But yes, the block will actually just help minimise even those little bits of damage, and it might not be much, but we've got some stolen spirits. Our mana should be keeping up with us. And I was going to go do the stomp just to cause some additional damage, but it wasn't needed. Yes, I'm not surprised. We are kind of now... Ooh, if we do, I think we've got one of those. So let's have a look and see what we got. Pastry. Get out of the way. Steak. It's just kind of getting in the way. Might as well use some of this up. It's not really that useful for us. It'll just get our magic up, which will also allow us to carry some of this again. And that kind of clears everything up. Then we could also look at doing some crafting. Now, we're kind of a bit far away from everything, so if we use the teleporter, we'll get nowhere because it teleports exactly to itself. Let's try this one. That leads us nowhere useful. Magic reflection. What is our magic reflection? I don't know. It's this. It's that 15% magic reflection. It's really actually proving quite successful. And it's just, you just don't get hit with all those tiny little powers here and there. It's just slowly just chip away at you. So our next big area we've got to go to is over there. But in the meantime, what have we got? Can we get rid of any of this? Loot Fisk. Loot Fisk is only useful in large amounts. Oh yes, this was one thing I was meaning to do. I shall just do this in a second, and so I can explain what I'm going on about. But first let me just double check to see what I've got, see if there's anything I can get rid of. Sewer brews. Wow. As is, let's just have a quick look to see what I've got. No. There's nothing really here, I don't think. No. No. Oh, you see, I can turn the starry orb, that, into a cracked orb. Not useful. Bread, there's just nothing really. I think, quite frankly, I've got to go to the shop. So, I think it's marginally quicker to go this way. Well, we're going this way now, so it doesn't really matter. But yes, after this fight, right, I'll go through and explain some of the bits, which I've been meaning to now for many videos, and just keep forgetting. I'll just wander over to the shop, because it's going to be relatively safe there. Does not seem like a particularly big level. Right. What we're going to do is going to go through all the different bits. Just sell off what I don't need. Quite frankly, I don't need all of these traps. I can never remember what these do. Invisibility. Right. Hang on. I need to alt these and get rid of that. Alt. No. Alt. Alt. So I can quick sell the large groups, get rid of those traps, dump these down. Got so many bottles and potions and stuff like that, it's just not even funny. Clear vision we don't need, mana we don't need, stealing we don't need, Sidium salts or that. I'm going to keep that around because I'm very curious about what that is and what that does. We don't really need to keep this book. Deo we don't need. I'm unsure about that. We're going to keep that around. That I'm going to keep around but not carry on me. We can get rid of those two now. Because we've cleared up some space here, we can make some room for these wands. And then we will put in some of these arrows in its place. Don't worry, I'm just doing some housekeeping at the moment. Don't need that light bit of food. We can get rid of these drinks. Gems, we got too many of them. Self-sealing stem bolt. Don't need those. We need that item. Got all of those. Right. Okay, that is us sorted out now. Right. Burly. Well, these are your basic stats. These help govern other attributes. For instance, an increase in burliness can do an increase of melee power. Sagacity increases like magic powers. These are your avoidance powers. These are sort of like critical hits and counters, sort of like finesse. This is sneakiness, also some magical ability. And stubbornness is sort of like defense abilities. Now, power represents increased damage, just flat out increased damage. So you'll get that. So you'll get a random sort of like selection of damage that gets slapped on top. Critical chance. Now that's the chance that your attack is going to cause more damage than usual. Now I don't get that because the Plutonic Fist, I get a massive reduction in the critical chance, but instead I get a +5 basic damage on every single attack. Magic power, effectively sort of like your melee power equivalent. Haywire chance, that's your critical chance of casting a spell critically, so you'll cause more damage for it. So if you want to be a spellcaster, you want to kind of maximise that particular trait. Just get him out of the way. Have to remember not using slightly different slots now. Magic resistance, chances that the magic used against you, it will be completely and utterly ineffectual. So it's not bad. Our special powers and a string can pretty much kill anything. I think it's a good time to use a few of our special abilities, and then what we'll do is we'll jump in, kind of slam them all a bit harder. As you can see, it pretty much took the wind out of most of them. And of course, with an increased defences, I don't think anything's really going to lay hands on us at the moment. I do like that power does come back quite often. Actually, what I think we need to do is swap petrification with this. So, because it is a power that we do use, I think that needs to go there and that needs to go there. What was it? I was that, and then I also need to put that in, because those other powers I don't really use. It's just then it allows me to do something like this, and that power should be replaced with the very infrequently used Quake, because that should then be replaced there. Create a load of traps. We'll just let that spell just slowly suffocate him. Didn't kill him, but it managed to go a long way and nearly got him. Ooh, that is a nice new weapon. I think I had this before in another game and basically ended up with a load of weird stuff at the end of it. Right, going to set myself up. Going to jump in the middle, cause quite a bit of damage, and just start whacking out. Because guess what? They're not really going to cause any damage against us. Ooh, somebody did cause... Oh yes, the mushy causes 1 point of damage, but even then that's not that often at the moment. And we even managed to last out long enough so we could start doing some of the stuff like this. We can just let that fire damage kind of take care of him. So we can kind of just sit back and just... Yeah, I mean... Those particular goblins, they just get absolutely hammered by anything to do with fire. Well, no new recipes over there. Anyway, yes, where were we? So, magic resistance. Now, the next thing up is your basic defense armor absorption. That's, yeah, your basic mundane damage types, as it said. Crushing damage, piercing damage, all the basics, really. You actually do want quite a high amount of that, because there's a lot of creatures where just sort of the standard damage can be quite devastating. So it does help to have a high basic damage resistance. And then what you do is you build that up with all your speciality resistances. So then if you've got, say, piercing damage on top of that, you can actually avoid a large amount of damage. And is that a new shield? Ooh. 4 defense. We lose transmutative and a bit of ethereal. We lose some of that, but that is an extra 2 points of basic defense. We'll give that a try. What's that going to do? Yeah, I think... Ooh. Hang on a second. Right, sorry about that. I was just clicking so rapidly there for a moment that everything kind of stopped working for a moment, but it seems to have recovered. Actually, no, it's not. Okay, I'm having to double click. So what I'm going to do is going to stop the recording now for a while, and when I get back, hopefully I'll have everything fixed. Be back in a moment.